We back once again.
Yes.
Like I always say, you know, like when crack first came on the scene, and niggas was sniffing cocaine and cutting us out the mix and shit. But it's the Dojo Podcast with the Sensei and the Archbishop, with the wild take him damn self Tabang, drinking the Queen's tea.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's
It's
what's
not
up.
coffee this time. It's
Not
the
coffee.
Queen's tea.
It's the Queen's tea.
Yeah, mara how tshwara da ding eno, mara o shota ka.
Yeah.
Kaplink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lift your pinky, motherfucker.
Oh, what do you know about it?
Gotta lift the pinky.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and don't make those sounds.
Yeah, make it classy, my nigga. Keep it classy out here, B. But we are. This is a very special recording because we are back at the Cherry Film Fest, right? In Vicksburg.
And it might be the last
What do you mean?
for the
Episode.
season.
This might be the last recording for the season.
It might be the last recording
Might
for the
be or
season.
might not be.
Well, I'm advocating for it.
Yeah.
It's highly likely that it is.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, and that would make it episode 17.
This is episode 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
18 would have been a good number to end on.
Of course.
Unless the 18 becomes the pool party event footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't record there.
Yeah, Mara.
I am saying the footage of the party itself.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, speaking of parties, let's go. We have a party happening next week.
Yeah. This time next week we are in Hyde Park.
Yeah, next week.
I love how Des doesn't miss a beat, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
The party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Please buy your tickets. A lot of people have supported the party.
Sure.
A lot of people have bought tickets. We see y'all. So, but if you still haven't bought your ticket, if you're still undecided, you know what I'm saying? Because next week. So, Oscar Sala.
And just to make it clear, we don't necessarily expect ticket sales from people that are attending. So even if you're not coming to the party, still a clip of boss.
Yeah, retlatse.
Yeah, Lausa.
Still a clip of boss.
Retlatse. You know what I'm saying?
We are independent. We got no money. We got no sponsors.
Yeah.
We're throwing a party in the upper echelon of the economic middle class in Sanson in Hyde Park.
Sure.
Giving you some nice experience. We've got entertainment lined up. We've got nice parking, nice location. So yeah, you know, if you can.
Sure.
Obviously, we know times are tough for everybody, so I know we sound a challenge, but we appreciate the support that comes through. So if you feel like 100 rand to support us, we'll appreciate it.
Yeah, and just come through. And for those who are attending the party, obviously, Rebato branding at the party. You know what I'm saying? Wear the merch,
Yes.
whatever. We have a sale on merch currently running 30% off everything that's on the store. So, wear that shit, come to the party.
And you've been asking bucket hats by popular demand.
And we have
so
bucket
we now
hats
have bucket hats.
We have bucket hats now.
Yes. The Camelish ones.
Yeah, it's tunnels I can go.
Sure.
Kadojo. You know what I'm saying? Alright, man. But now we got a very special guest. Very, very special guest. Beautiful Aussie. Nagim from Kanaging Rhythm City because I've seen her from Rhythm City, you know. See
Even
how like Rhythm City's got like you know
photocopy.
wow. Like she had fucking scenes, bro.
Oh yeah.
she was in it.
I also have a character name there. My name is Sandy.
Yes.
Are you for real? Are you on Rhythm
Yeah,
City?
I'm a featured actress.
Yeah,
I
on
didn't
Rhythm
know
fucking
this.
City,
I've
bro.
been with Rhythm City since 2018.
Currently
Yes.
running still.
No, obviously I'm a featured actress, so
Okay.
I only go there when they call
Yeah,
me.
when they need you, right? Mara to formally introduce, okay, Makoto. And she told us to
How do you
get
say
that
your surname?
Phumodi.
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 Makoto
Yeah, so the
Phumodi.
U and the O kind of sound similar, but you
Yeah.
can't pronounce them
That's
the
the
same.
search for you.
Yeah,
bro.
So
yeah.
it's Phumodi.
Poo with O.
No, Poo with U.
With U.
Yeah, it's Phumodi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you here as the host of the Cherry Film
Yes,
Fest,
I am.
right? Yeah, hostess with the mostest.
Of course. I've been doing it for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So this is my third year
And how did you
doing it.
connect with the guys by Cherry Film Fest?
Okay, so Soso and I are both from Vicksburg.
Where we are.
Yes, I've known Soso since I was 3 years old. Literally, we grew up together.
And he was 14.
So Soso's dad and my dad worked together. They're both in the taxi industry. So he's always been that brother. So when I got to Joburg, I was like, dude, you need to be my destiny helper.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that I'm gonna come to Joburg and struggle when I have a brother, inverted commas,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
out here. So he was like, there's a project that I would like you to be part of. This is years later, you know, and he told me about the Cherry Film Festival, and he was like, I would like you to be the host. And I said, why
Yeah,
not?
Why not? Right.
Why not if not?
Yeah,
And
and then you're like your ambitions, you know, to enter the industry and whatnot. Like, where did those start?
Okay, so when I was in grade 10, there's a radio station here called Sotho FM. So in grade 10, I got approached by the station manager back then because I used to have a dance crew. So I was one of those kids whereby after school, I gather my friends around, we go to my house, my parents' house, and we dance. You know, so the station manager came to my place this one time and he was like, I like what you're doing with your friends after school. I want to bring you to radio. Do you want to come in as the youngest co-host? There's a local radio show that we want to do where we're promoting local music. And I feel like you'll be
The right fit.
yeah. And I'm in grade 10. I've never done radio before. And he's like, no, you're going to be working with a guy called Tips. So we're going to take you for a young training before we put you on air. And that's exactly what happened. And yeah, so I joined Sotho FM in grade 10. And that's where I think I fell in love with media, like presenting, acting, and all of that. But I was also doing music on the side. So with the dancing and everything, there was also another production on the side called P&M Production where we do music. I was a singer back then. So I've always been in the arts, you know, just familiarizing myself with the space. And then 2010, when I was in matric, I saw a competition on television. Gem Eli is looking for contestants from school, that school versus school competition. And I was like, okay, let me enter this competition. And then I entered the competition and I made top 3 in the Free State.
Oh, nice.
Now the top 3 was supposed to battle it out on TV on Gem Eli. And then number 1 obviously was gonna, so it was a provincial thing. So now I was there representing the Free State and I came second, unfortunately.
You made it to Jam, man.
I was on Gem Eli in 2010, bruh.
And kind of in
And you know
2010,
what
who were the presenters?
okay, when I was there, it was Twasa and Tito.
Oh yes.
Remember
Yeah,
Tito?
Tito, yeah,
Yeah,
Tito.
Tito.
Yes.
From Zulumong.
Yes, from Zulu
The
Mom.
rapper, yeah.
So Tito and Twasa were presenters back then.
Yeah.
So I think when I got to
And I
set
Titi Pote.
Gem Eli and seeing everything there, I
Yeah.
think that's when I fell in love. I was like, but can I tell you what's weird? I was there as a contestant, but this whole time I was watching Twasa like this on some fuck. I want to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
To be a
Why am
presenter,
I
yeah.
not doing what she's doing? I don't want to sing anymore.
You don't want to be there. You want to be
I
there.
want to do what she's doing. And I think that's where the back kind of like,
Twas incredible.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's incredible.
And she's good. She's
Jam
she's
good.
Ali
amazing.
was my
She's one of the
lifetime
people that I look up
aspiration
to.
as a teen.
Yeah.
she's also one of the people that I look up to because Kimo Soto,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
represents the culture as well.
Nati.
And she
well,
speaks it
yeah.
so
Yeah,
well.
na le ke mang hape mo Metolwana Moletsane. I look up to that
Karas.
woman, you know. And I
the
want to
Karas,
be on the
Elena
City
kills
FM one day, you know. That's why I look up to these people.
Yeah, word.
okay.
And then now with this burning desire to enter the industry, you know, burning within you, how did you find it trying to get in?
Okay, so in matric, I'm telling my parents I want to go to Joburg, and my parents are like, nah, you're gonna bloom. Bloom is 2
Yeah,
hours
you
away.
off.
Yeah, you off. But here when Hana Joburg, utsiba mang Joburg, hana family
What was
Gauteng.
You had never been to
Utswa-
Joburg.
I've never been to Joburg. Hakina family. Well, family kinalone Soweto, but it's not people who could accommodate
Yeah.
me. Hakina family. Hauna muteki mutsibang. But like yeah, blomo, and I'm just like, No, but my dream is that side though. I literally had to fight. I remember having the biggest fight with my dad. We're not talking for like 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
Because he wanted me to study law. I remember, like, you know, at home when they're just like, what's that law idea? It's a JD, it's a JD, it's a JD, it's a J. And you're just like, no,
That's
I
your
want to be a
dream, not
singer, I want to
mine.
be an actress, I want to be a
Yeah.
presenter, I want to be an entertainer.
Are you the
I
firstborn
don't-
at home?
No, I'm the second born, so I have a brother.
Okay.
So I was just like, ugh. And then eventually I was like, okay, my cousin had a girlfriend who lived in Joburg. And then this girl was like, okay, I can accommodate her for a year. She can live with me for a year. And then after that, she can find her own place to stay. So I was like, okay, fine. Now I've got accommodation. I need to flip and go to UJ, kilo register.
Register for something.
How you like UJ, I tell her a course of audio visual communication. Now that's the film and television production. I was like, perfect. Because I couldn't go to Verts. The maxes I got a tricky.
So you didn't think about going like go afterwards, like, you know, because
I didn't even know that after existed
Existed.
because I'm from Vicksburg. So I don't know about all these film and TV schools. I know nothing. I only know about UJ and Verts.
Yeah, I only found out about after when I got to Joburg.
Yeah.
Literally.
So you had no idea what
I had,
after
if I
existed.
knew after existed, believe you me, I was not
That
go
is the
there.
place
Yeah.
you would have been. Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll go to UJ, I study this, and I'm like, I'm in love. But also, I think during that time in my first year, I was still a musician, so I was still trying to find myself.
Around
Am I a
music.
singer?
you
Do I
like
want to
that?
do
Presenting,
filmmaking?
acting.
You know. So I was still trying to find myself, and then I joined a band. Luckily, that band, shit went down.
Yeah.
Because if shit didn't go down, I think I would still be a musician today.
Trying to sing.
Why don't you let another depending?
No, not Hojana.
Why do you want to crying fun?
No, it was three
Yo,
three
you
guys
wild,
and one girl.
You
It
are.
was 3 girls and 1 guy. I mean, three guys and 1 girl. So I was the only girl.
Right,
And
right,
if I see girlfriend, I want to buy the buy.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then I can boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay, that never stops
So
shit,
in
but
It does stop shit.
Yo, what's
Nigga,
wrong with this
man.
guy, bro?
It never stops shit, but now and then it stops shit. Also, Dojo. Kiana
I'm
Dojo.
asking.
Kiana
Yo,
Dojo.
Kiana, this is the Dojo. But moving swiftly along,
Yes.
he thought you would be the one bullet moving swiftly along. So I want to find out, okay, now you're in Josie,
Yes.
you're studying this thing. Obviously, you need to try to get your foot in, right?
yes.
Yeah, so now, what are you doing? Are you heading to auditions?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I am in Newtown, right? I meet a guy called the Prince of Newtown.
Who's that nigga?
If we
This
don't know him,
thing,
he
if you
doesn't
don't know
exist.
who Prince of
fuck
Newtown
is
is,
the
you
Prince of
haven't
Newtown?
Prince
lived.
of who?
Newtown.
A Prince of Newtown.
You don't know the Prince of Newtown?
Who the fuck is
Number
that?
five.
He
Naba-
makes he
Nuba
always
Palo
a
Hawe.
masali ka difereko.
Papazi.
Wa bona fereko. Wa bona fereko.
Yeah.
Prince of Newtown o etsa jewelry ka difereko. O na le masali, o na le di bracelet, o na le di necklace. He's an artist. Wa
Oh, that-
bina, o
that
bina ka
single
dikara,
guy.
o bina ka dikatara. Sometimes o na le band ba perform a bass line.
What's his name?
I know him by the Prince of Theatre.
Okay.
I was like, not theatre, Prince of Newtown.
Of Newtown, yeah.
So I met up with Prince of Newtown because I used to work for a place called Kospotong and Newtown
Yeah, well.
and Sophia Town in Newtown. So I was working there
That
as
shit used to pop.
Yeah, she used to pump that place.
yeah. I was not a waiter. I was a event
girl.
Hostess.
No, I was an event coordinator. So I'd come up with all these events like
Concerts.
karaoke on Wednesday,
Yeah.
what on Thursday, and so
Okay.
that's how I met the Prince of Theatre. So this is during my first year, by the way. And then I'm like, dude, I hear how about our actor. What I'm telling agents. You tell an agent. He said, I have a friend of mine called Mountain.
Oh my god. These niggas have weird ass
What's the name?
motherfucking names, bro.
Bramonti is literally my first agent when
Oh,
I
wow.
got to Joburg.
Jesus, first year.
What year is this?
2011,
2011.
my first year.
Yeah. And you meet this nigga and then, okay.
Unjosari, he has a friend called Mountain again. So I'm putting number Braman. So I call Bramont. I'm like, hey yo, this is Makoto and Kyautla agent.
Yeah.
So Niki Kupa,
Manage me, yo.
yeah, Kikopa
Representation.
Joina agent. And it's like, no, come to me. You did Sophia Town. in obana ha ka go o tswa West Dean. Sophia Town ke out after West Dean. So it's like, okay, come to Sophia Town and pay address. I don't know or I can I go there. Literally, when I get there, baneba auditionela movie wa ekasia stories ko agency ya high. So this is my first day. Got this guy naked like atompon. It be like if you talk even better. Revisi ka the audition.
Kenamo.
So lining. I'm like, oh my god, I've never read a script before. What am I gonna do?
What?
I'm like, okay, who am I auditioning for? Baga Naledi. Naledi was gonna turn into like a sangoma type of thing. So senior in a where you transition, like okay, when how talk you more. Next thing more all catch halfway. Now you have to turn into that thing, and then you have to drop to the floor and cry.
On the spot. And could you do that already?
Guess who got the role?
Oh, so you got the role.
Guess who got the role?
I
went there to join. I joined and I got casted. And Becky Sibia. Becky Sibia, he's an amazing actor. He was on what's this show called? The Herd.
The Herd, yeah.
He was on The Herd. Kind of character in it. I grew up was there, and then there's the other guy. The uncle. Yes, that's the guy. Yeah, the Zulu guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy who was the director. So that's the guy who gave me my first job.
shot. Oh, wow.
He was on Isibaya too.
He was on Isibaya as well. That's the guy who gave me my first.
He was Ndlovu's younger brother.
Yes.
Wow.
So that guy.
So at your first audition, you were going to get it.
Now I'm going there to join the agency, and then I find for what good agency.
Yeah.
The director came through to audition people because he's shooting an Ekasi story. So that day, I nailed
it. Yeah.
The following day, Bramant was like, director, you are don't even pay anything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And literally,
That's how you started.
from there onwards, I just started going in.
Yeah. And then things.
It started building up. I feel like it's also hard work because first of all,
Baka, that comes with the territory, right?
no, also there were people that I looked up to.
On the
You know Sharon from Generations? She
was there auditioning as well.
Yeah, so I'm like, Sharon, because that's the only person that I could remember. I'm like, Sharon, or Red.
Yeah. But
Gouda gives you 5 years.
yeah. Before
Within
Before
that
it spits you
5
out.
years, it either
don't-
spits you out.
or you make it.
You make it, yeah.
If you find yourself in your 6th year and you're still in Joburg, you've made it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much work it took for you to get through that 5 years.
Yeah.
Because when I first year, since
High.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because
this
of
is
how
not
tough-
for me, yeah.
Because of how tough it is, right?
Yeah.
But by the 6th year, you're here to stay.
And I can just imagine in the industry that you in now. You just talking about how established actors, audition and you guys are competing for these jobs all together. I can just imagine how hard and cutthroat
It's very hard.
the industry is.
It's
So
very
what
hard.
is your experience in terms of like how hard it is just to get a shot?
First of all, an audition on its own is not easy. You get a brief, number one.
Yeah.
You have to figure it out, okay? They say they want a so-and-so character. What's my interpretation of this? That's what matters. Because at the end of the day, if a casting director says, I want a mom who lives in Alex. There's a lot of moms in Alex.
Yeah.
Now, it's up to you to decide,
Who's the most representative?
which mom am I going to be on this one? You understand? So it's, as an actor, it's also your job to go an extra mile, to do your own research.
Yeah.
You understand? So I feel like doing those things, also listening to my friends, because I also try to surround myself with other actors so I can learn from them.
Yeah.
How do they operate? Okay, friends, so when you get a script, what's the process? How do you prepare for this character? I learn from such things, you know. So those are the things that I.
But then how do you find it when then you get rejected for a role? Like, because I can just imagine when we interview for jobs, right?
Yeah.
You interview. When you get that rejection,
We regret to inform you.
we regret to inform. Sometimes you might
I
hit
bet-
them up and be
Thanks
like,
for- yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, you might hit them up. Okay,
What went wrong?
Yeah, what wrong with me? What put me out the equation?
Yeah.
And they let you know, maybe when I what.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that too, couple?
Like,
Do you just
Can I
accept
tell you?
it?
Can I tell you something
Hey.
about rejection? Whew. This industry taught me a lot about rejection. To a point whereby, if I get rejected in other aspects of my life,
You can take it now.
I can take it because I know what it's
you've
like.
seen the worst of
I
it.
know what it's like. Can I tell you something? So before I fell pregnant, right? There was a show called The Road on Mzansi. Nandi Madida was starring and Abo Stembiso and all of that. I auditioned for that role. Kutlwano Ditele, who was with Bomb back then because it was a Bomb production, Kutlwano literally sent me a text on Twitter saying, I want you to come audition for this role. And then I auditioned the first time. They loved me. They called me back the second time. They called me back the third time. Now I'm thinking, oh my God,
I got this. Kick in.
I'm within.
Yeah.
Now the fourth time they're telling me, okay, there's two of y'all now. Because I was auditioning for the character that Nandi was playing. And I'm thinking to myself, this girl can sing.
Oh, they already told you who
They
you're up
wanted a
against.
singer. They
Yeah.
wanted an actress singer. Because
Singer.
that role was a singer. It was based in Sophia Town back in the days. So they wanted a singer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can take her on. Just like,
So they tell you who you up against.
yes. I get it now. As time goes by, you guys get to see each other.
Okay.
Because when you all start, it's all of y'all. And then it's choppy on. So now
So one of-
who's top something?
yeah,
Who's
okay.
there with you? Until it's just two. And you just say, it was just me and her. Okay. You know? So I was like, okay. And then I got rejected. And with that role, bruh, I thought I got it. I got rejected to a point where I said, fuck it.
Fuck the game. Fuck the industry.
Also,
Fuck it to a point where that year I even fell
But,
pregnant.
but by that time, how many auditions have you been through?
Hundreds and hundreds.
But this one you just
But that one
Hundreds
was
and
like
hundreds. But this one, because I was so close to it, and it was the first time being so close to a role.
big
Yeah.
break. Yeah.
You know, because normally I never get, it's either I get it or I don't get it. I never really have to fight for it that much
Yeah.
to a point where I feel like, this one
You are
is,
well
I'm there. I feel like they like
invested
me
emotionally.
already,
And
you know.
that's the thing with being in the market,
Yeah.
like job searching,
yeah.
right? Because it always feels like, well, at least this is how it works in corporate. Because when the recruiter calls you, you want to know, because you know that they're gonna put you through a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
strain.
Yeah.
Just
So how much?
Yeah.
You know, so that by the time
he feels like man.
you tell me no,
I haven't
Yeah.
wasted each other's time. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
But
know,
with
and like
us-
that's for me. That's the hardest part about
Yeah.
like when I'm in the market and I had to interview for shit because they take you through first round,
Yeah,
Second
second
round,
round,
and then
third
third round,
round,
tests
and then
and
fourth
whatnot.
round,
Tests.
and then fifth round. Yeah,
the fuck?
and
screenings.
then you fail
it's like,
and you still don't know how much they would have given you.
yeah.
If you had made it.
And
you
they
made
don't tell you why you didn't get the job, which is
Yeah.
sad. Because I feel like if you knew why, then you'd be like, okay, I need to work on this.
work on
But
this.
casting directors never tell you what you did wrong.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell you if you don't have.
They don't. They never tell you what cut you out.
Never. They
wow.
never tell you, okay, okay, so you didn't make it because of this. They just leave it at that. Oh, unfortunately, you did
Somebody
not.
was just better at it or whatever.
Yeah.
We're sorry to inform you that, you know that email?
Sure.
I remember
Yeah.
I went for like a job in a very big American company about 4 years ago because I was in the market.
Yeah.
It was the first time I think that I was in the market by myself where I'm not headhunted because most roles after my first job, I wouldn't be in the market but maybe somebody would call me. By that time, I actively wanted to leave where I was.
Yeah.
And they interviewed me. I swear to God, I even dreamed about this job. It was confirmed even in my dreams. When I got interviewed, they even made me meet my PA. And I remember some white dude was interviewing her. she didn't say some old bitch, but you'll find a way how to work with her, whatever.
Yeah.
whatever.
Now it sounds like
It's in the bag.
Yeah, it's in
yes,
the bag.
I'm working,
Yeah.
and the language is casual.
Yeah.
There's no formalities. Like, we know what you do. You know. Fun. I waited for that call. Never came.
it never
Waited.
came.
I know.
To the point where now the recruiting person who made first contact was the recruiting manager inside the
Yeah.
company, not the outsourced one. So Keriko meeting, I felt desperate to ask for what went wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
like more like just take your L.
Yeah,
But I'm like,
you want the
I'm like,
closure,
I
bro.
understand. Like, with everything else, I would have done it, but with this one, it just felt so close. I think
Yeah.
to what you were saying was like,
Yeah.
because like I dreamed about it. I was
was
shown.
there.
I was
You
even
could
shown where
see
I
yourself.
was shown where I'm gonna sit.
You could
but
even
it was not in
imagine.
writing. I can't sue.
You're gonna dream about it.
Yeah, because you can
Because
see
it's in
yourself.
your
When I
subconscious.
get
Yeah,
this,
I'm gonna
this
dream
is
about
what's
it.
gonna
so
happen.
maybe dreaming about it was not divinity. It's just
Yeah.
that because it's
Yeah,
in,
it's there.
But you
yeah.
will think that it's divinity.
yeah, you would think is that alright?
Because you dreamt about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I want to find out, because now you mentioned already your parents were apprehensive with the decision of the industry you wanted to get into, and now you explaining the hardships and how hard it is to actually break into the industry, and even once you're in, to sustain yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like how have you found it? Like, is there enough acting gigs? And then when there are, like, how do you sustain yourself, like to build that sustainability within the industry?
Okay.
If you don't do many things.
Okay. First of all, there can never be enough gigs
Yeah.
in the television industry, especially, let's say if you're only a full-time actress and you're not doing anything on the side, there will never be enough.
Yeah.
Because you're working with a contract. You could work for,
And typically
2 weeks,
the contract said,
and then you're
2 weeks.
and then after 2 weeks you don't know where your next job is going to
oh
come
wow,
from.
wow.
That's how it is. You can literally work for a month, and after a month, everything is done. Now you need to go audition
Yeah,
again for the next job.
Unless
So
you
that's
find
the
maybe
industry.
something it's one of the
SOP, yeah.
No, even with Rhythm City, you could be a call actor and not get paid every month.
It's
Yeah.
about when they need you.
They only call you when they need it. They could call you in January and call you again in September.
Oh my word.
What
happens in between?
So an actor's job is like a
Exactly.
contractor.
Exactly.
It's
So
a
you're
glorified
freelancer.
extra.
You're a glorified freelancer.
Freelancer,
So
yes.
now it's your duty to basically broaden your wings
Yeah.
and do other things
Other
on the
things
side.
as well.
I'm
Yeah.
also a voiceover artist. I do MC. I do production work.
Yeah.
I do. So you need to literally.
Have hands.
I have a handbag line. Like, I'm an entrepreneur as
Yeah,
well. You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I do so many things on the side just to keep busy, and also I have a supportive family because I feel like without a financial support,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bit.
Yeah, it'll be
hectic.
hard.
Because now for me, I'm grateful for my parents. I don't want to lie. There are months where I can't pay my rent because it's so hectic. But I'm fortunate enough to have parents who could take
Sure.
care of me even now.
Yeah. During maybe
During tough times.
Yeah, the dry
Yeah,
spells or
yeah.
whatnot. Oh, wow. So it just sounds like the industry, because remember there was this talk of opening up the industry.
Yes.
We're always seeing people
Yeah.
doing, like, the same people doing, like, maybe
Like
barra-
favoritism. Let's
like,
call it favoritism.
So Meze doing this, doing that. How? While it's a
Why?
chance. Yeah. And how do you feel about that call of opening up the industry? Do you sympathize with the actor saying, but we need these jobs?
Yeah.
When Sobinza says, I have to be on radio,
Okay.
I have to be on TV,
Yeah.
because this is how
Can
I
I be
sustain-
honest
yeah.
with you? At first, when I was starting out, I used to sympathize with people who say, but why is Somizi always getting the job
All the jobs, yeah.
all the time?
Yeah, or radio,
But
or TV,
what I had forgotten was, this is his job. This
And
is
that's
his
all he
career.
does.
This is his life.
Yeah.
Somizi is not gonna stop getting jobs because Nat just joined this
Yeah,
industry.
and what Tola chance
It's my job
Yeah.
to also work hard so I can get to his
To his
level.
position.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
yeah.
now it's very unfair to say you've been in the industry for 10 years now, you can't get any jobs. Now give other people a
Yeah,
chance.
if I want
You see
one
the thing of giving other people a chance. It's like if it were to be in the corporate industry. Are you not supposed to be given a promotion because there's more
There's
people
more
coming
people
in?
coming in. I've worked hard. I paid my dues.
You get what I'm saying?
Right?
So for me,
I pay
But-
my dues, bro. Like,
Yeah, but at the same time, I can't assign a senior person to a junior role just because he's been there the longest. I need to make some space for entrance
yeah.
into the industry.
Okay.
And I think maybe like the media industry doesn't make provision
Yeah.
for that.
But also the thing is, there's a standard, guys. Let's not forget. Yes, we want to open up the industry, but this talent that we're opening the industry to, is it strong enough to sustain that standard?
the standard.
Are you strong enough to literally fill in the shoes, Sakabo Somis? And
Yeah,
because
Bobo
at the end of
Nang.
the day, we still want to keep that shit running.
Yeah, yeah. Because when you hire some music,
We don't hire
you
you
know what
out
you're
of
getting.
pettiness because you're
No,
not
but-
getting jobs,
but-
yeah.
though.
But
When you
the
hire,
premise-
but now you know what you're getting.
The premise behind opening up the industry, right, is giving opportunity
Yes.
to equally talented
Yes.
entrants
Yeah.
Okay, now
that
let's
don't
say,
necessarily have
Get the
the
shot.
experience.
let me tell you what, you know Mandla N, he has a new show called Bulavala. So during lockdown, Mandla would do live Instagrams and ask actors to join in and do their monologues. And that's how he was scouting for his talent for the new show. Literally 80% of the people on that
talent
show
there.
is people that he got from those Instagram lives.
Wow. Okay.
You
So he
understand?
was actively trying to.
He is trying to change that narrative. He's doing something about it.
Yeah.
However, the problem is gonna arise whereby Mandla N did his part, and now Bulavala is done. He opened up the industry. What's gonna happen to those people? They're expecting to get a gig next
in
month.
The next month.
Now what happens if they don't get a gig for the next 6 months or
Well.
8 months?
Well.
But they've been given a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
What happens to those who've been given a chance? The industry has been open to them, but only once.
Yes.
And then they've been dry for 10
Yeah,
years.
then I got something to put on my CV,
Yes.
and that's important.
Yeah.
I would like to go to.
That's important. Yeah, so you can do that.
Must be ready. Yomko, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay. Just another question before we release.
Yes.
Kibatautseba, because now, as cutthroat as the industry is,
Yeah.
and we know, like with the music industry, to get a shot, radio, whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like do you know of instances? And now this is me just getting scandalous, of actresses trying to fuck the casting director to get the shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me tell you something.
Or casting directors trying to get some pussy, you know, to.
Okay.
Then like,
Now this is
this
the tricky
casting
part.
couch, but also is the
Let's
casting
talk about
couch here.
casting couch.
Yeah. But
And
it's already the casting
and know
couch
what I
pod.
think. Let me
my
tell you.
favorite
Let me
type of
tell you
pod.
what. I've never been in that situation before.
Yeah, the casting couch.
But let me tell you what happens. You still need to sign a contract at the end of the day to get a job. Now, this is where I was like, I need to be smart about it. Nka se fane ka dibono pele ke sign a contract. Because a lot of girls,
Bafana
they thought
pele.
they were sleeping their way to the top, but they just left and never got the
got the
role.
job.
Makoto Mahal.
Mahal.
Lwena ka bo so ibua tala tse. But on Dojo, turn away.
I mean,
That's what
that's what you basically sign up for when you come on here.
Makoto, you've seen this happen.
But I've seen it happen, but now let me
Yeah.
talk. And let me talk. Sometimes you could literally hook up with a director who has a big show.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're meeting up with that guy because you like him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not necessarily because
Because
you
you're
want
trying
to
to get
show.
the
If he
job.
does give you the show, it's a bonus.
It's a
If you get,
bonus.
exactly,
Yeah.
because now we're vibing.
Yeah.
And now I get a show on this.
Yeah.
Because I auditioned for it, hey, like me,
Sure.
people are now gonna think
Sure.
of it to you, slept
Sure.
your way to the.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
Casting couch, it's real. It happens.
now let me tell you, I feel like in this day and age, directors just eat without giving the gig.
Well, that's what your
A
favorite
lot,
is.
a lot of
And that's-
girls
and
have
that's-
been giving it up,
Yes,
yes.
thinking they're gonna get the role, and
And
they
then
don't
next.
get the role. They just get fucked.
So what advice would you give?
How did they just get fast?
So what advice would you give, like, especially girls trying to, you know, get an edge? When
By fucking the way to the other.
Yeah.
Hi, babe, you wanna get? Okay, let me put it. Hi, babe, bonjour.
Yeah. Bonjour.
batla contract.
Bill.
Billion tons because there's no way you can give out the pumps without knowing what you're
Okay.
giving the pumps for. Not if I were to be put in that position.
Sure.
Trust me, I'm gonna say our date is to sign the contract. We're going on a contract signing date.
Date. Sure. And then
Even-
I'm on
even-
with the
even-
line.
After that, we'll do this as a celebration.
Yeah.
It's not that you do this as a celebration because now you know you got the job.
I love
And
that.
then,
I love that you kept it so real.
Even you
Foul
and me.
puppy.
Even
Foul
you and
puppy.
I love that you kept it so real. One last question before I
Yeah.
let you go. One last one. We know when you, like you mentioned, it's a 2 week shoot.
Yeah.
Samilo,
Yeah.
it's 3 months.
Yeah.
Samilo, kai. Insang da disatinda.
What's your one, Wada?
Sitting.
At the sets, like you guys are so, because it becomes a
Set,
community
it
of
becomes a
the
family.
yeah.
Set life is literally my best
How
place
say
on
how
earth.
say more, like how is el machine?
You quiet.
Akusizi.
You quiet.
Akusizi.
What's
Akusizi.
one? You quiet.
Ah,
Acting.
guys, you can talk more.
We're in clubs.
Yes,
Anywhere where there's a sense of community.
Yeah, let's do
Listen.
yeah. Okay, it's a family. It becomes like a sort of like a family.
Set is very professional, by the way,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
But bototu everywhere.
Sure.
Bototu ke bototu.
Yeah.
Hona le bo tiba stotu, le hona le bo siba stotu.
Yeah.
And it's not just male, guys. But they like to say it's only girls who sleep their way to the top. That's a lie. Because you can find a female producer who's on some. I can get
I know.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
true.
not
Yeah,
only
can
with
I see my side
girls.
fair.
Libanna. I know a guy will be like, if I fuck that fucking director, I'ma fucking get it.
Get the wash up.
Ba lo hotela ka se-
Yeah,
Hey, wait up. Get the fuck out of here.
which is why we were saying when women are dealt the same cards, the same power cards as men, they behave exactly like men.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a woman. It's like a woman with money.
It's just that on the scale, men enjoy the majority of the power.
You know, women with money also entertain small boys.
Yeah.
Insane.
The same way
So
men
it's
with
not,
money
it's not an
entertain.
inherited male characteristic.
No.
It's a power
thing.
issue.
Yes, it's a power
It
thing.
just so
because-
happens that men enjoy majority of the power.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
also guys who like stability. There's guys who want to be with a girl because she makes more money than him. There's guys who want to be with a girl because he knows, yeah, I'm going to be secured. Because with this one, she's an actress. This one is a fucking corporate girl. And I know I'm never going to run out of money here.
Makoto, thank you so much. I know you.
Yeah, that's
Kasinyana, thank you so much.
for having
You've been
me.
a wonderful guest.
Thank you for having
You
me,
wanna
guys.
take a-
It's been
But
amazing.
we're not taking a break. Y'all keep it running.
Luca
running.
Johnson.
Alright.
Up next, Lumko is gonna get mic'd
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we
Luca
have
Johnson. Well,
Your friend.
another special guest.